What's up, ladies? What's up? All right. So tonight's show is going to be unlike any Sunday night show I usually have. And it's because the man who I am reading about in this letter today, it's about his tactic, how he manipulates his girlfriend. He doesn't do it by raising his voice or going missing for like days, ghosting her, and then all of a sudden shows up. Nah, he's very subtle. And after I read this letter today, ladies, and I want you all to really check this out. Some of you all are going to say, oh, Phoenix, that was so obvious. The way he did it, that could never happen to me. Ladies, it's not about how loud the sparks and the shock and awe. It's about the tactic itself. Because there are many men around here that are using these same tactics, but on a smaller scale to get the same results: manipulation and control. So, okay, tonight, let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to bring up the letter and we are going to start reading. So let's get to it, ladies. Hi, my boyfriend of a year shows no emotion or physical contact. Perhaps hold my hand while watching TV. We go out once a month, and every time now, he barely talks to me, but talks to whoever is close, a stranger. He is all gushing and bubbling and touching their back. When they are standing, he keeps his hand there for a while and keeps doing it. He says he's talking about music. He's not flirting, but he never touches me if he is talking to me. Hmm. And it's always girls. I come back from the restroom and he's thick as thieves with girls sitting next to him. We saw her later and she hugged him goodbye and just said bye to me. Then he talks only of them when we get home. Very interesting, ladies. Very interesting. And I know what a lot of you all are thinking. You're thinking, he's a player. He's cheating on you. Go ahead and let him go. So on and so on. But ladies, let me tell you, if this was really about cheating, he would have bounced a long time ago. Because I want you to think about this. Cheaters don't cheat in front of your face. They do it behind your back. So this is a game he's actually playing with her, with all the flirting and all of the getting hugs from these other ladies. This is not about cheating. This is about him getting one up on her. The truth is, he's jealous of her. And I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to explain it, ladies. Listen, he's already getting hugs and interest from these ladies. Why does he have to? Why does he even want to stick around with her if things are going so good? No, 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 no. What he's actually doing is he's playing what I call the triangle relationship game. He brings a third party in and he uses them as a tool to bring down or strip his girlfriend's self esteem and confidence so he can manipulate her. Because once they get in the car, you already know what the next question is. Why are you flirting with her? This is where he plays the game of the victim. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? I'm being who I am. Why are you so insecure? Why I can't just be who I am with people? Why you always got to do this? What happens? Now she starts looking at herself as the person that's causing the problem. Maybe it's me. And now the chase begins. She starts thinking to herself, if he is touching my hand every once in a while when we're watching TV, but he's not getting all emotional about me, then what can I do to be a better girlfriend? If she doesn't say anything about it after the incident happens, they go back to the car, he knows he got her because he knows deep down she's jealous. And see, from my experience and just from my research, I have found that more than 90% of these men that are doing things like this, trying to get their girlfriends to feel insecure or feel jealous, it's because, and I'm gonna be straightforward with this, I'm not brown nosing and all this other stuff, whatever. I don't care. He is doing this. 90% of these guys, they're not on their girlfriend's level. And I'm being straight up with this. She's probably more successful, more attractive, and more desirable. And what he's actually trying to do is, with these games, he's trying to shrink her, bring her down to his level. And he's trying to use another woman to do it. He gets his little dopamine high, by her flirting from the waitress or whomever flirting back with him. And at the same time, he gets her guessing about who she is in the relationship and her worth. I'll give you an example. So there's a guy that's a friend of the family, right? He had a business, entrepreneur. I mean, this guy is doing it. He was in health and beauty. Okay. He had a whole floor rented out, and he had boots, with ladies that did hair and nails and all this other stuff. His girlfriend at the time, now wife, he does this to his wife, right? She was younger than him. She came in, and he was pretty much, mentoring her. She was very impressed with him because he had a big business and he's doing it. Okay. And then COVID hit. In the beauty industry, that's one of the industries that suffered the most because it's hands on. You have people there all the time. Now, this is the thing. His girlfriend at the time was going back to school to get her qualifications and degree because she not only wanted to do hair and the whole beauty deal, but she wanted to teach it. So when COVID hit, she went into teaching and she started to explode. And see, the thing about teaching is she could do it online. So she doesn't have to worry about those restrictions. Maybe twice out of the week, she could split her class up into smaller groups and teach like that. And it didn't go against the COVID regulations. But he, on the other hand, he was renting booths, he was renting out a large space. He had to start letting people go. Well, a lot of them started leaving because they could no longer entertain so many people in such a space. He started falling. She started rising. And in that moment, everything started flipping. He was no longer the man, the guy that was running the show, paying the bills and doing this and doing that. Now he was the guy feeling useless. So instead of praising her up, instead of him getting his qualifications and maybe doing some teaching or something of that nature, instead of him supporting her because he was jealous, he was insecure, men are looking at her, she's successful, okay, she's the breadwinner. He decided to go the opposite way because he didn't see her as a partner. He became jealous of her. He became envious of her. And so now every woman Whenever they went out and he was around, he started complimenting. I remember one time being with them, and I'm looking at him and asking him like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I'm just, saying, "No, no, 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 no. Don't play that game with me. Come on now. I'm a man. That's your wife. I know the deal. Come on now." And all he could do is smile and he ha ha ha. But he was trying to make her feel insecure because he needed to feel validated in the relationship. He could no longer depend on his money. He could no longer depend on his success because that's what made him a man or who he was. He had nothing outside of that. And since that now was taken away and now he was being supported, he had to flip the script, but in a jealous way. If this has ever happened to any of you ladies, please put it in the comment. Just drop a fire emoji. So what is happening then is he is using these other women first to boost his ego. I'm still a wanted man. I still got something going on here, you know. And then number two, the triangle relationship. He's using it to make her feel insecure. Now the letter, it seems obvious, it seems loud because in the letter, okay, she says, "We saw her later and she hugged him goodbye and just said bye to me." So now she's feeling small. She's feeling like, well, like she said in the beginning, my boyfriend of a year shows no emotion or physical contact. Perhaps hold my hand while watching. But yet he's showing all these women interest and affection. It makes her feel like she's not enough. And it causes her to chase validation from the man she trusts and has given her heart to. I mean, who else is there for her to give her love to, for her to confide in, for her to want to trust, emotionally attached to than her man? And he's doing this. Now, some of the smaller ways men do this, because I know you're looking, this is pretty big. He's making a big thing out of this, shock and awe, and have these women smiling and, flirting with him. Some men do it in subtle ways. They'll withhold compliments from you intentionally, especially if you're successful. You're going out to a function. You might even be going out to a party or to a celebration. They saw how good you look. You're leaving. They ain't got no compliments for you. Yeah. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And you're hiling and you're smiling and checking yourself in the mirror and you're walking out the door and they're like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah. How do I look? You look nice. You look good. You look good." And they keep on moving. That is to make you feel insecure about yourself, about all the energy and effort and time you put into looking good. That means nothing. And that's the game. They do the hot and cold method. They'll they'll praise you up, give you compliments from Monday to Wednesday, and then from Thursday to Saturday, they ain't got nothing for you. This is what psychologists compare to slot machines. When you pull the slot, you feel good when you win. But because you win, right? You start chasing that high. You may pull it again, you lose. You pull it again, you lose, but you're chasing that high. And it's the same thing these guys are doing with women. This is why, when a man ghosts you, you're sitting there and you're wondering, like, why did he ghost me? You start you start looking at yourself as maybe the problem rather than looking at his behavior as the problem. So you start wondering about yourself. Was it me? Did I do something? Why is he not contacting me? And then when he comes back and he gives you all the excuses, I'm sorry, I apologize, or he doesn't say anything, he just comes back and you really like him and he makes you feel good, you feel like, okay, okay, this is good, this is good. And then he does it again. And so now you're constantly chasing that high. You're constantly trying to win his attention. Or he may compare you to other people. Oh, this is pretty. This is some pretty good cooking. It reminds me of my mom. Oh, it's almost as good as my mom. You know that slick backhanded compliment. That's not really a compliment. And this is the subtle games these guys play just to take you off your game, trying to strip you of your confidence, trying to strip you of your self-esteem so that they could control you. Oh, you got all the money and you got all the success, but you're chasing me. I'm the one that's validating you. And I never forget that guy. And I think he's still married. Excuse me. He's still married, still playing those games. You know, beautiful, beautiful wife. Many men would love to have her or be with her, but he tries to make her feel like she's not enough, even though she's the one that's now supporting the family because he's still trying to recover after COVID. How are you ladies? How are you ladies feeling tonight? All right. It's good to see everybody in the house. Yeah. Yeah. And see, this is one of the biggest games in towns, ladies. And I know I've probably said this a million times before, but what they will do is they know what emotional intelligence looks like. We're not highly emotionally intelligent, but because we know what it looks like, we know how to use it to get the benefits we want. We find the soft spots, especially once we see there is interest there. And this is what you have to be careful of, ladies, because he could secretly be jealous of you, especially when the tides flip. When you no longer have to I don't want to really say the word depend on him, but you're actually doing it. This is when they get upset and they get jealous. Oh, you don't need a man. You got a PhD, you got a degree, you got this, you got that. And that's the game they're playing, trying to make you feel bad about yourself. Like all that work you put into getting an education, all that work you put in, that shadow work to make yourself a better person, like it don't mean nothing. And it don't mean nothing without them. All right. One guy ghosted me and called me wanting sympathy. He lost his job and girlfriend. He claimed to be single talking to me. Absolutely. 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 And that's the game. That's the game, you know? And the thing is that I mean, she she makes it all clear right here. She goes to the restroom, she comes back, and he's as thick as thieves talking with some girl. And notice, it's always with girls. And he does it right in front of her face. So it's really not about cheating. It's about getting you to feel like you're not enough. And that in order for you to be enough, you have to do more. You have to do more for me. Men that cheat, they do it behind your back. They kind of sneak behind your back and they're back and forth and trying to do. They're not trying to do it in front of your face. He's doing it in front of her face because he has an agenda. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's bold. He's brazen. Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, that's the thing. He's disrespectful. Absolutely. But see, that's the game he's throwing at her. He's hoping that she comes up and says something because the minute she feels jealous and she starts talking about it, boom, I got you. Because you are emotionally wrapped up. You wouldn't be jealous if you didn't care about me. And now he could start the manipulating game. Like, why are you so insecure? So now you're the one that's feeling like, well, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe this is who he is. You know what I'm saying? That you know what? He knows how to love. Maybe I'm not giving him enough. Maybe I need to be more bubbly. Maybe I need to be more fun like some of these girls he's talking to. All the while he's trying to dim your light. He's trying to exactly, he is gaslighting. Mhm. He's trying to dim your light, take your energy, drain you because he is not up to par. And I remember this clearly with this guy because he was one of those guys that like to brag. Oh, I'm successful. I own this business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I remember her when she first started renting a booth from him. She was so giggly and happy to be there. It was like he was a mentor. She looked up to him. And then COVID hit. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make this light, but I'm just saying. Then COVID hit. And then I saw where his character lied, his integrity lied, his where his strength actually came from. His strength didn't come from within, it came from what he had. And once he started losing what he had, now he has a problem. And she was just rising, rising, rising. And this is why, ladies, it's so important that when you align with men, that you all are equally yoked and you're working towards the same goal. Because if it's all about you being submissive, you submitting, okay? And it's not about us working together for the benefit of us both. What happens if something goes wrong with him? What if he falls and he can't get up? You know what I'm saying? Then what happens? He's not trying to hold on you, to lean on you for some help. He's not trying to work together. He was never really interested in your success. He was never really interested in you going to the next level. His interest was always control, and it was always manipulation. Absolutely. And a lot of the women that I'm talking to that are going through this, they find themselves crying at night, crying in the shower because it's so much. They're gaining weight because they're not feeling worthy. They're not being encouraged, underappreciated, or not appreciated at all. It's really all about qualifying him. Qualify him, ladies. Qualify him before you start investing into him. Watch his watch his tone and watch what he talks about. Yes, absolutely, for Sean. They are suffering in silence. And just like that lady that's married to this guy, you know, trying to help him to get back up off his feet. I mean, get a job. Sorry, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Get a job until you can do better. Do something, you know? Carrying the load without any reward. Absolutely. Absolutely, Rochelle. Stress up. That's right. Feeling ugly. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's it's silent manipulation. Those backhanded compliments, your little car. Oh, she just bought a car. You know what I mean? She got a bump up in pay. So now she could get herself a decent car. Oh, that's a nice little car you got. Your little car. I love when people say that. You know what I mean? They tell you exactly how they feel. You know, playing games. Stop it. All right. The jealousy is real. The jealousy is real for Sean. Absolutely for Sean. The jealousy is real. And this is when people's true colors come out, you know? How they really feel about you is when, you know, is when hard times hit. Then you really get a chance to see. Yeah. He's gushing and bubbly and touches their back. While your girlfriend there. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. I knew another guy, right? When his wife would cook for him, before he even tasted the food, he would add salt to it. Like, you know, and I heard her complain about it one time. He didn't even don't care. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he actually did that before he even tasted the food. He was already saying to her, you're not adequate. Real talk. Real talk. Hmm. Hmm. So it's those little things that they actually do that makes you second guess yourself. And this is how you can tell whether a man is in love with you or cares about you. Because men that care about you, they take into consideration how you feel. So they're always cognizant or conscious of what they're actually saying or doing around you. They're not just acting and just doing whatever. They actually think about it and they include you in their decisions, especially if they're thinking of you as a future wife. And that goes right back to when a man first meets you. When a man first meets you, he's already making judgments about you. And it's natural, and I'm just being honest, it's just natural for most of us, based on our physical visual attraction. But like I always say, that turns on the lights, but it doesn't keep it on, you know. So he's already made a judgment as to what category he's putting you in. He's putting you in the box of wife. He's putting you in the box of casual for right now, or you're just fun. Rochelle, and you would know he cares about how you feel because of how often he checks in, especially when you seem off. He will always check in. And that's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. And that's why it goes back to one of my earlier videos where I talk about the question to ask rather than if he's serious about you. The question to ask, what do I mean to him? Because men, we could pretend to be serious all day long, but we put meaning to every person we're with. He has a meaning for you. You mean something to him. Now, what that meaning is, that's going to determine how he places you in the grand scheme of things. Do you become a priority? Do you become a wife? All right, ladies. Great. I'm really, really loving the dialogue, y'all. I really, really love the dialogue. This is so good. Thank you. Thank you. I really enjoy our times together, y'all. This is so good. Yeah. 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 And he'll show you exactly what you mean to him by what he sacrifices to be in the relationship. What is he sacrificing? Hmm? Is he seeing you every once in a while? Maybe 3, maybe 4 times out of the week. He's taking you out on a date, maybe once out of the month. You guys have been together, 4 to 5, maybe even 6 months, but yet there is no title. That he has not become exclusive. There is no direction. You don't know where you're going. Playing a game, y'all. Playing a game. But yeah, I experienced this firsthand, and it was so hurtful for me. I mean, I caught him on that one situation with his wife, but from what I gather, this happens all the time, and that's just so that ain't that. I mean, that's just so sad. You doing that with your wife, like for real? That's just so sad. She should be at the top of the list. You know, you talking to other girls, waitresses and other people are helping you in the store, and you're talking about they got a beautiful smile, and your wife right there. Nah, Nah. Mm-mm. Any woman I'm with is prime time, and the reason why they're prime time, and this is how you know when a man deeply cares about you, because he puts no other person before you. When you step out with him, you have that confidence, that assurity that you're gold. You're golden. I mean, this dude is opening doors, he's pulling chairs for you, and he's clear about who you want. There ain't no guessing game here. And there ain't none of that nonchalant whatever. He's trying to get some sort of emotional spark from you, to be point blank, because he wants to know that his efforts in pursuing you, they're not in vain. And that's the real deal. All right, ladies. So again, I want to say thank you. And if there's any letter you all would like for me to read, y'all, just contact me and I'll go ahead and I'll read that letter. If there's anything you all would like for me to talk about, or if you want me to expand on anything, let me know. For Sean, I have had a man with his girlfriend asking me about my friend in front of his lady, and she rolled her eyes at me. Thank you for Sean. Thank you. So, ladies, with that said, I'm going to bid you all a fair good night. And I look forward to talking to you all on Tuesday. Thanks a lot. All right. Absolutely. Thank you, you all, and good night.